Michael in slow motion. Oh, dude, oh no! It sends an oversized sorry game board piece flying through the air and into the trash can. He turns his hatchet to taffy next.
Hey guys, my name's Dan, and this reaction comes from Deadliest. This is Lisa Frankenstein 2024 kill count, and upon looking at this movie, just by looking at this thumbnail, it certainly does not look like a movie that came out in 2024, but that is the beauty of this movie. That's why I want to learn more about it. That's why, spoiler alert, I did enjoy this a lot, and I'm really curious to see. Also, what exactly is James going to be wearing? Is he going to be wearing what this guy is wearing? Is he going to be wearing something else? Who knows? Either way, very excited to get into this. But before we do, though, please do check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, Dead Meat's link if you haven't already. It's a great way to support him and the entire Dead Meat team, and a great and easy way to support me. So go right below this video, click all those buttons down there, because not to let you see future reactions that I do, but also for my channel to grow. And without any further ado, let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims
yeah,
and all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's just analyze what we got going on here. We have a little tombstone here. We got a sewing kit here. I'm not sure what that's for. That looks like a copy of the Blu-ray.
I'm James Agenese, and today we're looking at Lisa Frankenstein, released in 2024. Lisa Frankenstein is a horror comedy done in a throwback style, reminiscent of movies like Heathers and Weird Science. It takes place in 1989 and follows Lisa Swallows, a teen girl who falls in love with a zombie in need of body parts. Like I'm sure many people my age did, I first assumed the title was a reference to Lisa Frank, the colorful school supply company that was huge in the late 80s and 90s.
I didn't even know.
The filmmakers have said that was just a coincidence. Though I do think the association helps establish a sort of vibe. The film's decked out in a color palette that would look right at home on a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper. Lisa Frankenstein was written by Diablo Kotte, the Oscar-winning screenwriter behind Juno. Kotte is known for her stylized dialogue, and this outing is no different, so that may determine how much you enjoy the film.
When he cuts, he either goes to Rocky Rococo's or he goes home and his car was not at Rocky Rococo's.
She was inspired to write it after people rediscovered and defended her previous horror effort, Jennifer's Body. Like that movie, Lisa Frankenstein is a coming-of-rage story that sees a young woman coming into power and becoming corrupted by it. It's filled with equal parts blood and teen drama, and pokes fun at 80s culture, especially the casual way teenage girls were sexualized.
And that's why Mr. Conyers has to teach her the door open now.
It's a way to turn the unpleasant reality of that era into humor, which won't work for everyone, but does for me. The film's tone is further honed by director Zelda Williams, the daughter of Robin Williams, in her feature directorial debut. She balances the script's unique tone and builds out the world of a stylized, not completely realistic suburbia. It evokes a lot of early Burton, like Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands. She wanted the film to look like John Waters meets A Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think she nailed it. The whole thing is fun to look at, especially the very specific production design, placing it in 1989. Though the story is centered around a teenager's psyche, this world isn't just glamorous shopping malls and the arcade aesthetic you get from Stranger Things, nor is it the boppy aerobic style from American Horror Story 1984. By 1989, the decade was already starting to embrace grungy 90s indifference. It's transitioning to the time I grew up in, and it's amazing how accurately ugly it is. With a great cast led by Katherine Newton, all of whom are game for the film's silly antics, Lisa Frankenstein is a fun, campy teen comedy that I think will resonate strongly with certain demographics. It may not be for everyone, but not every movie needs to be. And this one is great at what it is. Will sparks fly for this reanimated—
Whoa!
Whoa! Lightning? Localized entirely in the kill count room?
What the hell?
My old phone? You're alive? You're alive? Wow.
Wow.
Talk about a phenomenon. Well, you've missed a lot since I've last used you, so let me get you up to speed. Here, I'll connect you to the internet.
Old school flip phones, huh? Oh,
you're not equipped for the dangers of the modern internet? Well, I understand your concerns, but don't worry. I have the solution. NordVPN.
Yeah.
NordVPN is built to make your internet browsing as secure as possible. Their threat protection feature is always on the lookout for malicious sites, downloads, trackers, and intrusive ads. You can also turn on CyberSec to fully block malware hosting websites and botnet control. Plus, with your IP masked, you can go into sleep mode confident that your privacy is secure. And it's not just great for security, it can also help you explore the decade that you've missed. With VPN servers in over 60 countries, you can access the internet with no borders. You can instantly be in Armenia, the Philippines, India, and so much more.
Just like magic.
You know, without the wand and a rabbit.
Ah!
Okay, you seem hot to go. I'll make sure that you're one of the 6 devices I can connect to my NordVPN account and leave you to discover the world of 2024. Sorry in advance. No need for a phone
Yeah,
to protect your
fair.
internet browsing. Get a great deal on 2 years plus 4 additional months free with nordvpn.com/deadmeat, or click the link in the description. That's nordvpn.com/deadmeat, all risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Will sparks fly for this reanimated romance, or will everything fall apart at the seams? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Hell yeah, man.
The movie begins with an animation that gives us a little creature backstory. It shows a romantic bachelor from the 19th century who fails to woo a lady with his piano playing. He's killed by a lightning strike, but since we only see him in animated form, I won't be putting him on the kill count. Cry
Fair.
about it. We jump to 1989, as if you couldn't tell from all the hairspray. High schooler Lisa
so much.
Swallows is an outsider who spends less time with kids her own age and more time in the nearby Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. Her fave grave is the one belonging to our friend from the opening credits, who's buried beneath a wax-rubbed title card.
Yeah.
Her fascination with the macabre may stem from the tragedy that happened 2 years ago. A home intruder broke in during a mommy-daughter game night, and while Lisa hid in the closet, her mother was brutally murdered with an axe. She heard the whole thing and even found the body afterwards. Yeah, that'll cause some social stunting. Since then,
will.
Lisa's father Dale has gotten remarried to a woman named Janet. She's a full-on evil stepmother done up in 80s suburban styling.
I will not coddle her. No one coddled me when my dad blew up in Da Nang.
And I also love seeing her because I remember her in The Haunting of Hill House.
That's a good point.
Janet's played by Carla Gugino, a Mike Flanagan regular, while Dale is played by Joey Crest, basically reprising his role of Ted Wheeler from Stranger Things. You know, just an unwavering pillar of discipline.
You're gonna go upstairs and you're gonna clean up that bathroom.
Dude's really carved out a niche for himself as a bump on a log dad.
What'd I do?
After her dad
Hey, listen, whatever makes you the money, you go for it, right? You gotta embrace it.
remarriage, Lisa had to move to a new town and go to a new school. The only friend she has is her stepsister, Janet's daughter Taffy. Even though Taffy is a popular cheerleader, she's genuinely kind to Lisa. She even lets her use the tanning bed she won in a beauty pageant, and not just out of a sense of duty.
When I won Junior Miss
Freaking
Hawaiian
tanning
Tropic,
bed.
I promised I'd use my title to help other people.
Taffy drags Lisa to a bumpin' house party, which isn't her scene. Everyone here is just talking about hair and football! At least she gets to chat with her crush, Michael Trent, whom she mentioned earlier to Taffy.
He doesn't play sports. He's cerebral.
He's in a wheelchair.
Michael's the editor-in-chief of The Grackle, which is the perfect name for a high school literary magazine.
Sure is.
You like my poems?
I wouldn't publish them if I didn't.
But goth girl Tamra is also vying for his affections and gives Lisa a drink with a little something extra in it. Lisa weeble wobbles her way inside, where the
Weeble
drugs
wobble.
are making everything look kinda wavy. She's found by a guy. Yeah, that guy. The guy with the face. It's her dorky lab partner, Doug, who seems nice enough. He holds her hair while she
Seems.
pukes, helps her clean up,
Wait for it.
touches her without her consent.
Oh,
Ah,
I
damn
hate
it,
it.
Doug sucks.
When you can't stop once you
Yes, he
started,
does
it's the
suck.
rules.
Lisa's sent into a Suspiria spiral set to a moody cover of
Hate it when a good guy turns into a douche.
Can See Clearly Now by Isabella Summers of Florence and the Machine. Her bad trip takes her back to Bachelor's Grove as a storm brews overhead. She seeks out her favorite headstone and gets all emo, wishing that she were dead too.
I wish I was with you.
Lisa shuffles back home, unaware that her graveyard buddy is getting struck by lightning.
Yeah, I'm
She
kind of curious of how she got home in the first place, considering she was all on drugs. But that's neither here nor there.
has an old-timey dream sequence set to Strange by Galaxy 500. I wish there were more scenes like this in the movie. It's filled with
Agreed.
bat chandeliers, creepy dolls, and pictures with great advice.
Wash your hands, kiddo.
Best of all is her stone-carved crush, who's nice and handsome and has some gum for her. The two cuddle up and watch A Trip to the Moon, the silent film by Georges Méliès from 1902 that every film
to the
student will
moon.
know. Lisa has a poster of it in her room. Lisa's waking life is less romantic, since she works as a seamstress for a bullying boss.
I can always count on her to work on Saturdays because she can't get a date.
Oh,
She's left home alone
that's
that
mean.
night and cools off with a viewing of Day of the Dead, a nice change in Romero from the usual horror movie characters watch. Her zombie flick gets interrupted by a real-life zombie knocking at the door. The creature busts through her window, kicking off a slapsticky chase scene. Lisa even runs away like Captain Rhodes does in the movie she was just watching. She's chased onto the roof, then off of it, where she and her pursuer have a disgusting dead meat cute. She's not fully won over by his undead charms, though, until he shows interest in hearing about her vinyl collection.
I have the cure. Oh, it's not that kind of cure.
No, it's just
like
a band. Yeah.
It's a band.
Yeah.
They can't make you better. I mean, they can, but emotionally.
The living dead boy, referred to only as the creature, is her graveyard go-to, reincarnated by that strike of magic lightning.
Your hand?
he's he. He misinterpreted her wish to be dead with him as a wish for him to be alive with her. He's a sensitive soul who can understand everything she says, even if he can't talk back. He's missing his speech functions, as well as some body parts, and you know he smelled like shit too.
Oh, yeah.
Lisa forces him to take a shower to wash the graveyard off, and launches into a full-on makeover montage. Ooh,
hell yeah.
Lots of fun options here for him. Pretty soon, this corpse goes from pushing up daisies to smelling like roses. Lisa's family gets home, so she stashes him in her closet. She tries to explain his path of destruction by blaming it on a burglar.
He had a mask, a black mask, and this hat. He had this wide-brimmed hat and a striped jumpsuit.
That sounds like the Hamburglar.
Janet accuses her of destroying the place herself as a way to get the attention she got when her mom was killed. Oh man, this lady's just itching to get counted. Lisa learns that having a closet zombie has its perks. The creature gives his maker a makeover that gets her turning heads at school, including Michael's. Ooh, maybe she can snag a snogging, even if Taffy thinks Lisa can do better.
Not a basketball player per se, but certainly the team manager.
She gets home and the creature gestures that he needs a hand with his missing ear, and also his missing hand.
Well, I can't just get you new parts. I mean, you're a dead man. Not a Chrysler LeBaron.
Their conversation's cut short by a Rocky Horror reference.
Lisa?
Damn it! Janet!
Janet confronts Lisa about her recent behavior, and since this ratchet stepmother is also a psychiatric nurse, she plans to have Lisa institutionalized. The creature is a mental health advocate, though, so he beats Janet over the head with Lisa's sewing machine, killing her. As a big Carla Gugino fan, I'm sad to see her character go, but at least she makes for good parts, like that ear the creature's been missing. Wonder if Lisa's willing to attach it to him.
I can't do that. Not until we bury the body.
So Lisa dumps the body in the creature's grave and puts her seamstress skills to good use. This is still just a dead ear on a dead head, though. You know, it's just...
Dead meat.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, to complete the organ transfer in classic universal form, they're gonna need one more thing. Lightning bolt! That's right, Ben Franklin brand electricity! Lisa turns to Taffy's tanning bed, which has been shown to be a little shocky.
I'm really sorry you got electrocuted, Lisa.
Just like with Frankenstein's monster, the electricity does the trick, and the creature finds himself with 2 working ears.
Can you? Yeah!
All because of a tanning bed.
Lucky him. The creature is played by Cole Sprouse, best known nowadays as Jughead Jones in Riverdale. As children, he and his twin brother Dylan were in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Friends, and as a different Frankenstein in Big Daddy. Lisa is played by Catherine
that
Newton,
Frankenstein!
who was in Paranormal Activity 4 as a teenager, and who was recently in Abigail. We've seen her on The Kill Count in Freaky, which also featured Jennifer Pierce Mathis, who plays her mom in this movie. Seems like Newton and Sprouse had a good time together on set. I had fun playing a game with them that Chelsea came up with during an interview. You can see that video on Dead Meat Presents. Ooh. Since Janet is supposed to be away at a conference in Milwaukee, her disappearance goes unnoticed by the rest of the family. What doesn't go unnoticed is Lisa's new confidence and style. She's raided Taffy's closet to dress like Tim Burton's Chappelle Roan. Taffy don't mind though.
Half the school is headed to Boner Town and they don't even know it yet.
I love how completely supportive she is of Lisa in her own popular hot girl way. While Lisa Frankenstein is her Hollywood debut, Liza Soberano has already had a thriving career in the Philippines. In fact, she's one of the highest grossing Filipino actors of all time.
Nice!
Soberano got the part of Taffy because her take was less stereotypically mean girl than the other actors auditioning, choosing to keep Taffy grounded and sincere. Incredibly, she was flown out to film just 5 days after sending in her tape. Lisa keeps her murder mojo going by leaving a note telling Pansy Doug to meet her after school.
You don't want to hold my hand?
Oh, I will.
She takes him on a date to Bachelor's Grove, where it's the creature's turn to get grabby, and the two proceed to give Doug the full Jamie Lannister treatment. Doug tries to make a run for it, but the creature takes him down a peg with an axe throw. Nailed it. One stitch job and an ultra-high tanning session later, and hot damn, this corpse is beginning to look like a real boy. He's good enough to dance. Just, ignore the bugs. The plot of building a dream partner with Frankensteinian science is also the plot of Weird Science, and Lisa's named after the creation in that movie. Of course, in this movie, Lisa's the creator, not the creation. Her creature shows off what he can do with his hands when he sits down at the piano and plays an original composition he had written in his living life. It helps Lisa see the man her monster used to be.
You had a whole life.
Perhaps because his humanity is being restored, the creature starts to feel bad about their killing spree. Lisa tries to assuage his guilt by reassuring him that they're the good guys.
We just wanted his hand, and now look what you can do with it. That hand was gonna do terrible things.
To play the mute monster, Sprouse worked on his emotional gesture work with the mime Lauren Eric Salm, a student of Marcel Marceau. Together, they broke down the creature's movements into sequences, divided by how human he appeared. The prosthetic pieces for his look were created by Legacy Effects, whose work we've seen in Jurassic World. They created segmented makeup pieces that made it easier to move and adjust. Sprouse was in the makeup chair for about 7 hours for his earlier scenes,
I believe
which
it.
went down to 5 or 6 hours for his more human appearance later. With the creature looking better by the body part, Lisa lets him sleep in the bed with her instead of in the closet. They have a heart-to-heart, and she laments how everyone around her moved on too quickly after her mom died. The talk of death leads to talk of sex, and Lisa decides she doesn't want to die a virgin. You'd think that'd be great news for the creature, who's been patiently waiting for Lisa to fall in love with him. But she doesn't want to go full necro, so she states that she'll have sex with Michael Trent tomorrow. Cheers to that! Okay, good night. Unfortunately, the walls are starting to close in on these two. Janet's disappearance finally comes to the family's attention, stretching Taffy beyond her emotional limits. Of course she's sad that her mom's missing. Lisa couldn't possibly understand.
You don't have to worry about anything because your mom's already been murdered.
Additionally, the cops have started sniffing around Lisa's school.
What's going on?
Kid might have been murdered. Doug Moran's.
Taffy's friend Lori there is played by Jenna Davis, whose voice we heard a bunch on the kill count just last week.
It's insane, right?
Lisa is called in for questioning since goth girl Tamara saw her leave the date invitation in Doug's locker. Tempers flare,
Snitch.
Lisa manages to slip away and leave school early without getting arrested.
Really hope this goth phase ends soon.
Officer Waters there is played by Sylvia Grace Crim, who was dead sexy in The Hunt. Like her character was named Dead Sexy. I wasn't...
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. While home alone, the creature hears a message revealing that Janet's car was spotted across town. He leaves to go get it, stopping to swap out his wardrobe with the help of a curmudgeon-y passerby. We don't see the whole confrontation here, but I think this guy's just conked out. I mean, his grandkid's right there. It'd be messed up to kill him. The creature picks up Lisa on her way home, but she wants to make a detour to Michael's. He tries to talk her out of it, which is hard because he can't talk. Still, Lisa don't appreciate all that not talk back talk.
You act like you're happy for me and you care about me, but you're not really happy for me.
She strolls into Michael's house to have a big little lie down, and without ringing the doorbell or anything, rude. Upstairs in his room, she finds him alone / together with none other than Taffy, who's been seeing him on the low. That explains her suspicious hickey earlier.
What happened to your neck?
Crimper accident.
Lisa confronts the pair and calls out Michael for being a hypocrite. She says he likes cool stuff, but doesn't like the girls he likes to like cool stuff. The creature shows up to join the messy love quadrangle and promptly dismembers Michael in slow motion. Oh, dude, oh no! It sends an oversized sorry game board piece flying through the air and into the trash can. He turns his hatchet to Taffy next, but a pillow stops the strike and Lisa yells at him to stop. The creature grabs the dismembered member and storms off, so Lisa goes after him with her traumatized sister in tow. She follows him to the cemetery, where she tries to make peace with Taffy before leaving. She thanks her for always being nice and reaffirms her as a sister.
You're a great person, Taff. And I'm sorry. I hurt you. I love you.
With that done, Lisa finds the creature at his grave in Bachelor's Grove, which has now become a crime scene. She can't bring herself to kill her creation, and through speech and intimation, the odd couple finally declares their love for each other. Their love does come with physical limitations, though, as the creature is still incomplete.
Well, that's okay. We can... I mean, you don't need one of those to be a man.
Well, it may not be necessary, but he picked one up anyway. He collected Michael's pecker to complete his missing parts.
You cut it off from me?
A cop comes along and interrupts the moment, so the creature picks her up and drops her in the open grave. I don't think she would die from that, though. Lisa gets straight to sewing as the creature stands there looking like a guy who's employed a tailor with shaky hands. They zap the love stick onto...
A guy getting his dick sewed on, and then, you know, after this, is going to proceed to have sex. I've officially seen everything in horror movies.
The lover, and the two have a peach ring wedding.
This is
keep it Christian. The creature takes Lisa to bed, and the couple consummates their connection with a euphemistic rocket ride. It's set to a cover of REO Speedwagon's Can't Fight This Feeling by JoJo. Prior to this film, Zelda Williams had directed shorts and music videos, including a few by JoJo. They've got no time for a honeymoon, though, by the sounds of those police sirens closing in. With her options limited, Lisa bids a tearful goodbye to her Franken guy and climbs into the tanning bed. The creature sets it past the ultras and all the way to max bronze, and takes a seat as Lisa lights up like a Bavarian windmill. Dale gets home just in time to join a crowd of gathering townspeople as the shed goes up in flames. Sometime later, Dale and Taffy visit Lisa's grave. He gets really sentimental about it.
We came.
Yep, very sentimental.
Lisa.
They leave flowers, but Taffy notices a curious inscription noting Lisa was a wife. In an epilogue, we catch up with a creature who's now achieved full speech.
Oh, Mary dear.
His rainbow suspenders here are Zelda's nod to Mork and Mindy, the show that launched her late father Robin's career. The movie ends with the reveal of a resurrected Lisa, bandaged up, undead, and in love. How many people were mined for parts in this hormonal monster mash? Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Oh! Whoopsie.
Well, time to go find Zoran.
No, Zoran, run! Run away!
Only 5 people died in Lisa Frankenstein, with the victims consisting of 2 men and 3 women. That gives us a red majority pie chart, which I feel like we've been seeing more often lately. We've seen this count and breakdown 7 times before on the show, including in everyone's favorite movie, Exorcist II: The Heretic. With a runtime of 101 minutes, Lisa Frankenstein had a kill on average every 20.2 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Lisa. Yeah, there were bloodier kills in the movie, but Lisa's was the most beautiful. No machete for lamest kill will go to Lisa's mom, who got axed to death in a flashback off screen. And that's it. Lisa Frankenstein came out in 2024 to mixed reviews, but there might still be room to explore since Diablo Cody said it's set in the same universe as Jennifer's Body. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice.
That sounds fun.
Kill count.
On the next kill count. It's Father's Day, so it's time to figure out what present to get dear old Dad.
I'd get a gun and blow the son of a bitch away.
Oh, how about a razor? Maybe a tie? Or a brand new family altogether, since the last one's a bit of a lost cause.
I'm sort of a believer in lost causes.
The Stepfather is about a man who wants to be a real-life Ward Cleaver.
Father knows best.
With maybe too much emphasis on the cleaver.
Oh, that guy in Bellevue that killed his whole family. Cut him up with knives.
He's a simple man who loves his family.
This is as good as it
To
gets.
death.
And hates his headshots, no matter how good they are.
Maybe they disappointed him.
It's got a great score, a likable protagonist, and a stellar performance by Terry O'Quinn years before he was chased by smoke monsters on a magical island.
Oh, that island,
So this week,
okay.
make sure to watch The Stepfather.
I don't know if it's the kind of thing you should be looking at.
Sure it is. And hey, it's possible you might just like it.
I think it's better than a possibility.
Then on Father's Day, have the neighbors over for a kill count barbecue with an extra helping of dead meat.
People don't like to face the fact that they're going to die someday. I know I don't.
The Stepfather can currently be watched on the
Alright, well that looks very interesting, and this was certainly a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed all the things that made it the 80s. I love 80s themed horror movies, or just 80s themed movies in general. I love the idea of a normally evil character, normally a character that you associate with being evil, turns into good and turns more into human, you know, as the movie progresses. Reminds me a lot of Warm Bodies, where you had the zombie who slowly was turning back into a human, along with all the other zombies. So that little comparison was pretty cool. I love the idea of having a tanning machine, making him more human as the movie goes along. You know, the working ear, or working hand, or working whatever else. I thought that was fantastic. And kind of got a bit of a Romeo and Juliet type ending, even though they are undead, so maybe we'll see more of them in the future, and we can enjoy more of this universe. So, that's gonna do it for me here. Comment down below, let me know what did you think about Lisa Frankenstein. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please check all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon: Luchador, Cruising, Wolverine 310, GBN, Kester Kronich, Amber K, Raymond Bright, Joshi, Chris Curtis, Haley Mastronardi, Ann Perry, Larka, Foskophony, Morgan Page, Misa, Misa2, Lily the Snoopy Fan, Lauren, Jenny the Swifty, Matt Hushy, Flea Street Vicomte, Christopher Banyard, Emily the Flower Lover, Steffi, Travis Knopps, Sophie the Sunset Girl, Sarah Long, Summer the Dog Lover, and Scott. And if you two like to have a shout out at the end of each and every one of my videos, please head on over to patreon.com/TheDamnReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.